mindset Rastafari. So put up on a journey. Yes, sir.
The root of reparations is repair, right? Is repair. And the biggest thing that has been damaged that needs repair is our mind. So when you and I were talking initially about reparations, I said I don't care about anybody giving me anything. I embrace self-reparations by governing myself in indigenous jurisdiction, not colonial governance. You understand? The people that were involved in the transatlantic slave trade, the Euro descendants who were involved in the transatlantic slave trade, were compensated reparations because because slavery was legal. They weren't doing anything wrong. This is a papal decree. So this is institutionalized. You know, we can't just call it slavery because what was it really? We're even fighting the wrong fight because we're fighting against slavery when in actuality we suffered denationalization. If you were Yoruba, Igbo, Ga, Ashanti, Fanti, Kotokoli, you were pulled from your nation. Denationalization, kidnapped, and genocide, an open slaughter of a people. Slavery was legal. But kidnapping, denationalization, and genocide is international crimes from ever. And that is a channel of where we have a recourse, but not fighting slavery. And by all means, I mean, we're sitting here at the feet of the Cape Coast Elmina Castle dungeons, and there's about 800 to 1,000 people that will be there for 8 months to a year. My brother, there's no way. And Ghana was one of the most populous, the highest population of slaves exported from the Ghana area. There's no way humanly possible that the majority of so-called Black Americans, so-called Caribbean Americans, so-called South Americans of so-called African descent came through the transatlantic slave trade. That's the biggest issue that we have to get past. And it creates a psychosis where we don't go anywhere, where we just focus on the pain of something. Man, listen, we as Moors, as black people, the word slaves comes from the Slavs because we Moors enslaved, captivated, and imprisoned white people. And they don't talk about it, but it's facts. We black people enslaved them first, and they don't mention shit about it. Just like they don't talk about when we ruled them in Europe for 400 or 500 years. And how conveniently, right after the fall of Alhambra, Cristobal Columbus and the rest of these guys go over there with Moors from Elmina, Ghana, who went to El Andalus, who went to what they're calling Spain and Portugal, went there and they served as navigators, people from right here that were known as Moors, wearing a similar red sash that you have on your head right now. And it's all over history. It's our story. But we're spending so much time wondering what we're going to get from somebody else. Man, we standing on gold, diamonds, bauxite, manganese, lithium, everything, diamonds. Have you seen our women? My brother, there's no better natural resource than what's here in the continent. Unexploited. Now, myself as an indigenous American of Aboriginal, Moorish, and transatlantic slave trade ancestry, but I stand before you as an Aboriginal Moor. I'm not crying about shit. We're taking it back. But that's the thing. We have to take our minds back. Our minds. Nobody's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves.
See you guys. Stay cool.
You know what this thing is called here? These two lobes of the brain? These two lobes of the brain, of the cranium, are called the temple. You know what sits in between the temple? A pyramid. And when you breathe in that pyramid, that sacred mirror, you make something called a mirror Kaaba. The word pyramid was actually mirror. Lighthouse. You light your fire, light your solar plexus. In ancient Ethiopia, this is called a Merkaba. They'll say it's a 5-pointed star of David. This is the sacrum, and this thing lined up, busting your head open to bring your higher self about. We don't need no other reparations but mind, body, and spirit. There's nothing closer to God in the flesh than what you see in the mirror every day when you wake up and brush your teeth, my brother. Facts. And I don't accept for a minute that the majority of us people in the diaspora came through these punk ass little pieces of rock. My house is damn near as big as this place here, right here. No lie.
So what you said? Black people never come through the passage?
No, I never said never.
Okay.
But it's a way smaller number than what we've been told. This is somebody else. Is that mine? That's mine.
See?
Yeah. So it's a way smaller number, my brother. I'm talking about if these are all my fingers and these are all us from the diaspora, maybe this many came from here. But see, when we focus on what's outside instead of what we have, just like our continental national African brothers and sisters here, focusing on everything outside of Ghana, and then the demon is hitting here taking all the resources. And we're over there focusing on everything, trying to get back over here, and they sitting over there, goddamn scooping up all our nationality. You got $5 Indians running around. You got white people with blonde hair and blue eyes telling you they Cherokee, Choctaw, or Lenape. Are you serious? Yeah, very serious. That's exactly what's happening.
Why the I
Because
decide, I pray thee, why you choose to come back and reside here?
Because the chief Maku of my nation was taken prisoner and put into a supermax penitentiary. And before he was taken in our holy lands, in our land Wahani, the golden city was destroyed, he told us, spread out. And we've been overrun here. We always knew we had cousins over here, man. We the same people. We're the same people. I mean, it's the same damn body of land. You can stick them together, right? Just like you see in Ghana, we have this thing called Denchira. I think it's Denchira. Yeah. It's the two crocodiles with one belly. Charlie, this is I and I. This is we, Dread. This is we. So what pains you in the continent is paining me over there as well. And when the European went to the north, went to America, he described indigenous people as identical to the Guinea Negro, brother. This is the Gulf of Guinea right here. I can look at carvings all over America and see your face. Yeah. They're reconstructing the bones and they're looking at it and they look like you and your mama. And I say that with all love and respect. But then we're going to argue whether we're going to call that being an African or not. See, I'm not going to accept that title as an African. And you get mad. You say, oh, but no, we all come from Africa, blah, 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 man. Come on, man. Relax, man. Relax. Relax. We're getting our asses kicked. You understand me? I'm not going to sit here and debate whether your Messiah or your messenger is the true and living representation of God. I don't care about that shit, man. We're getting our asses kicked. We need to stop arguing about the small things. Focus on the big thing. You understand me? It's that simple. And when we really get down to it, we're going to realize that all people naturally can and should reproduce together. Every one of us. I don't give a shit if you black is cold and somebody white is pale. You can still mate and have a baby that's not sterile, right? Then that means nature said it's okay. So that's not what we need to do right now in most cases, because we need to get our shit together. Because we look in the mirror and see less of ourselves. So until we're at a point when we can look at all humanity and see the beauty in all of it, that we're not ready to interact with other people.
What's your thoughts on Marcus Garvey and his stance on race purity?
Wow, Marcus Messiah Garvey, yeah. There's a book he had out, The Poetic Works of Marcus Garvey.
And the Philosophy and Opinions also.
Yes, but this is one I'm going to quote here. Is from The Poetic Works of Marcus Garvey. And he described Europe as a den of angry wolves. And it goes on more and more to describe them and us. And, things are relative for a season. Things are relative for a season. even at the time of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, there was before him Noble Drew Ali of the Moorish Science Temple. There's a famous picture of Marcus Mosiah Garvey and Noble Drew Ali in a car together, a convertible in Harlem, I believe. And they knew that they had similarities and differences. And there was even a time when Marcus, I had heard, referred to Noble Drew Ali as being a danger. And that could only be because Noble Drew Ali was aware of our indigenous status and our Moorish nationality to America, and Marcus was trying to give the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey was striving to get people to center on repatriating back to the continent. Some of us need to come back. I've been here 14 years, my brother. And I'm an Aboriginal American, Moorish, and Aboriginal ancestry. And I'm a Ghanaian citizen also. Simple. I've got 5 children that come from royal families of different tribal nations in Ghana. 3 different nations. Ewe, Kotopoli, and Fanti. So we ain't come to bow to shit. How Marley say we ain't come to bow, we came to conquer. Yeah. So we're leaving our mark, and my kids grow up learning of their Aboriginal Moorish American nationality as well as their Kotopoli, and they speak Hausa. A little Fanti. You know? So we have to recognize our similarities, the crocodile with one belly. And yet we also have to be open and honest. I mean, you can't come and see these little places and think that all of us came from there, my brother. It's impossible. It's impossible. And then when the people came to America, they described who they saw. And then the oldest bones are being dug up right now. And the colonizer has for the longest tried to say that these were Australoid, Australian Aborigines that came to North America and South America and such matter. I know and you know that the devil's a liar. And now they're picking up the bones and they reconstructed them and they're looking like Nigerians. So we the same people, brother.
Reality.
And there's hold on, this is a funny one. There is a Mongoloid stock, an Asiatic stock.
So I was like, I know this man standing there.
Of Native American.
That's what I was saying, like, I know this man standing there.
Whose ancestors had white and yellow skin. I'm going to say that again. There is an Asiatic Mongoloid stock of Native American, the one that they try to popularize and they call the Red Indian. But Chinese ain't red, Siberians ain't red, ain't nobody that come from that part of Alaska red. They're yellow. It's when they came to North America and they interbred with the foursome.
Aztec, Incas.
You say?
Aztec, Incas.
No, before that we had the Olmec or the Shi. So but there was wars and battles with that, and that's all documented. I mean, I can show you hieroglyphics where you see dark-skinned brown people and red and yellow people fighting at war. And they were fighting because they were migrating over. If you walked over from Asia across ice pathways, you can't tell me you're from North American soil. If you came there and there's bones older than you there, you ain't the fucking original.
Haitian people.
And when we tell you, and the artifacts show that yes, okay, we accept you as being a Native American. We're gonna call you Native and Indigenous. That's no problem. I got, other nations of Indigenous North America. I respect them greatly. You understand me? But the history is the history, and the reality is we were there before you were.
All right, doctor. Let me ask you this. So where does the Anunnaki fit into all of what you're saying?
Anunnaki. Those that Anu sending crafts of 50 to the planet Earth, you call Ki Geo. Man, where you from, brother?
Ijah.
So, wow. Where does it fit in for me? I walked with a brother named Dr. Malachi York, founder of Tamaray, Egypt of the West, a revealer of books called El Gadushlo Hat, the Holy Tablets, the Sacred Record of Atum Re. I call this man an avatar. Presently, he's in a Supermax penitentiary. He's the Maku that told us to spread out. And I'm one of those that spread out. And he brought us what I know to be the most ancient information on this earth. At a time, well, I say the tablets came out in I think 1998, 1999, the Holy Tablets. And presently I watch individuals like Billy Carson on Forbidden Knowledge and many others. And I watch them and listen to them, and it only makes my heart smile most of the time because it's not new. That's why I say, and I said earlier on, you know, we're all connected, man. You understand me? And if the laws of nature, male and female, come together and you can produce fertile offspring, then nature approved of that. Mm-hmm. And the highest manifestation of the Creator that I know is nature, and the Egyptian or the Kemetic word for the divine is necha. And there was some tampering. There was GMO. I know right now, especially in Ghana, we're fighting against GMO food and everything. But our ancestors fashioned us as a genetically modified experiment. We are the product of Anunnaki experimentation because they didn't want to do some work. I think I said earlier that there was a thing, I was talking, I said the 3 sons. Was I talking, was this a conversation? I said something about 3 sons? Okay, yeah. Well, that's Anunnaki, brother. That's Anunnaki. Risk is Anunnaki. You know, Utu, Apsu, and Shemesh, those sons are the battle between the reptilians and Riskians. That's all the ancient story. You know, now mind you, let me say this. I've walked with many great master teachers, and I'm thankful for all of it. I'm also thankful that I'm really not spooky. And some of my most controversial teachers, like Malachi York, taught me don't believe in nothing. Investigate everything. And walking with a master teacher like that, I use the same thing on that individual. I don't believe nothing. I'm a show and prove, man. Show and prove. So I've been around and been in inner circles long enough to see things, and I'm still thankful to Malachi York. I'm thankful to Noble Drew Ali, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Rastafari, and most and foremost, my daddy. Shit, Black Buster, Young Bear. You understand me? Because in all of it, they gave me a one-up on life and an understanding, the wisdom of the game. This is chess, not checkers, man. It's chess, not checkers. And it's closer to Star Trek than we realize. You ask about Anunnaki, nigga, this is Star Trek. This is Star Wars, man. All of those stories, man, all that stuff, that starts from old tablets, man, remixed. The Jedi or the Medjay. The Medjay with a warrior class, spiritual warrior class in ancient Kemet. And when you see them, they look like you right now. Little beard, some dreads pulled back, an apron sash with a fucking spear. And then when you see them in movies like Scorpion King and The Mummy, they show them as pale Arabs. Yeah. Remix. But that's why we sculpted things out of stone and shit. Because it's there now. You know, we have the Arab Republic of Egypt. Arab Republic of Egypt. Egyptos is Greek. Arab, Arabia means people that were wandering around. You wandered around and you invaded into that area. And you offset the original people of that land. It's okay, that happens. All over the world, it's happening. Everything changes in time and all that cool. But I got a sculpture there with dreadlocks and double strand twists and afros, and you don't grow none of that shit. With my big nose and my big lips and my physique, and you're still trying to make me think that it's you. Now, mind you, now let me say this, just as a high yellow brother, the modern Egyptian looks like me today. They have no problem accepting me. They won't accept you and you. And it's cool though. I do burn in the sun, and you don't.
3 type of goal. 3 type of goal. 3 type of goal. Gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gold.
3 type of goal.
We have 3 type of gold.
Who's gold?
And I and I will represent these 3 type of goal. Because, alright, if you look on your zine, your complexion, and you look on brother has a complexion, and then you look on my complexion, you see say it's 3 type of goal you're looking at. Zine, 3 type of goal.
Yeah, man.
And,
No problem with
and
that.
we represent these 3 type of goal as African or black people or Aboriginal. See, we're from the same source.
We are
the
my
same
brother.
soil,
We are the
See?
original. We are the original man. And I'm happily say Aboriginal. And people laugh. They say you don't want to be Aboriginal because that means you're taking away from the original. Well, hold on, brother. I'm not the blackest cup of coffee right now. So I'm fine even if you call me Aboriginal. It don't mean I'm weak.
No, we're not fight that. You can't.
Even if I'm 10 karat gold, I'm still gold, player. I'm not fool's gold. I guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the reality, my lord. You see me, I say, so with that understanding and overstanding, you see me, I say, color in you know, where we use color to differentiate, and you know what I mean, as African people, you know, we is because of certain education that we get from an early stage. You see me?
But
I
it's
say?
not always accurate because the San people, the Khoisan people in South Africa are very yellow. They're very yellow, and they're one of the oldest tribes of people on the planet Earth. And they're original people, and they yellow.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can't always say that because someone is fair colored that you know they're admixture, or even if there is an
Exactly, because what do you call like a person who is classified as an albino? You know?
Right, it's albino. I've been called. Listen, I was at the DMV one time getting my license replaced, and the guys in there called me white man. And then the albino walked in, and I said, "What about him?" They say he's albino. You're a white man. And I'm like, this guy was glowing and shit. He had the glasses on and everything, hat. You know. So, you know, I don't let stuff like that bother me, Dread, though, man. Really, like, not at this juncture in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I don't like when people make assumptions, but I kind of laugh at them. Like, I get called half-caste a lot. Both my parents are so-called black people. They're both yellow. Yellow and yellow makes what? Yellow. You know what I'm saying? This is how I go. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, I've tried my best to get some DACA children, and the darkest I can get is your gold. You know? That's it. And I've gone into places that are very dark to bring children out that still I only get red.
It's in the DNA now.
Well, it is what it is, though, brother. It is what it is, man. I'm thankful either way.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we give thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Life of the greatest.
Yeah, life of the greatest. Yes, sir.
Brother, you went through a lot of different components here, man. You went into the Anunnaki. You really, I mean, I'm refreshed by your lines of questions. What you went places that it's not my normal conversation, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. You know, and I'm also thankful to have the opportunity to be able to, you know, express my thanks for the people like Malachi York and Elijah Muhammad and Prophet Noble Drew Ali and many others and Selassie. All of these people helped guide me, man. You know, Ben Ami, Ben Israel. You know, all of this, man. You know, and you know, we just have to be. You know, there's an attitude of gratitude. You know, that when people embrace, it brings everyone up. You know, the word Muhammad doesn't mean one worthy of praise, because only Allah is worthy of praise, but one who is full of praise, one who is full of thanks. Everybody wants to be around someone who is grateful and thankful. Nobody wants to be around that grumpy, bitching and complaining, you know, Scrooge. So we give thanks, man. So
Yes,
with
sir.
that I say Alhamdulillah, Yam Yadam. And I say that loosely. The law I'm talking about doesn't exhaust in power. The law I'm speaking about is the creator. Not nothing that can get angry.
Yes, my brother. So, give thanks for, you know, sharing your thoughts
Oh man, I appreciate
and
you, Judge.
opinion, my lord. You know, well appreciated. Yeah, we give
Yeah, I'm
thanks.
trying to get my herbals back now. I got
Yes, family. So, right there, side there, you know, keep course, and I hope they have them full joy. You know, that bit of information, you know. Brother drop some gems there. So, I just start chat bag, mindset, Rastafari. Peace and love.
Selassie I.
Bless.
Yeah, man.